Hi, Lou Agave, Long Island Lou Tequila. Please follow my social media today. My first Raicilla review, okay? I like Raicilla. I had a few sips, and I'll tell you, I remember that I liked it, but it's been a long time, and I have very little exposure with it. So I'm going to tell my tequila fans about this and see if you guys can get into it. This was sent to me by Tom Hall. He's the owner, along with his wife, Marcella, of Tomas Artesanal Spirits. Now, the name of this brand is called Tomas Mezcal, and I have that one right here. We're going to talk about that a little bit. That's the Artesanal Mezcal, but mainly I want to talk about the Raicilla, okay? And that's what we have here by Tomas, and it's called Raicilla Tomas Artesanal, all hand-numbered and everything else. This one happens to be 91 proof, okay? And the master Raicillero on this project is Gerardo Pena, known as Lobo. And he's the wolf of the mountain. And I'm telling you, they love this guy. He's the biggest thing around the town of Sierra Occidental, and that's in western Jalisco on the coast. That's where this comes from. And this is in the same dominion of origin as tequila in Jalisco, believe it or not. So we're going to check this out. And I had some the other night. I like the top, the way it opens, just like the old Gross beer used to open when I was a kid. And we're going to use the high-proof glass, Chisholm Trail here, you know, because this is 91 proof. I'm going to put that right here. And I got to tell you, I was really, yeah, see, now this is, to me, it doesn't smell like mezcal at all, okay? So if that's the way Raicilla is, I like it. I like it a lot. It's got a pinch of smoke, barely any. None of that wood acetane, none of that stuff that you might get, that some people get, that real earthy stuff in mezcal. I don't know how it's so different, but it is, and it is a mezcal. Oh, wow, because this is actually a Maximiliana Agave, and they take 7 to 8 years to grow. Oh, man, this is the special release 2022, started in 2019. It took them a while to make this. It's a Jovan, which is like a Blanco. Oh, boy, this is really, really nice. I got to tell you, I've done Bacanora reviews, I've done Sotol reviews, I've done Mezcal reviews, but this is my first Raicilla review, without a doubt. I'm excited about this. Now, you know, this is a lot of interesting stuff that Tom was telling me. Okay, this is these agaves, all right? These Maximiliana agaves are grown from seed. You heard me, seed, all right? So that's how this is all, by the way, a handcrafted brand. Doesn't touch any machines. There's no machines at all in the production of this, all right? He made that so clear to me, sent me videos to look at. There's some on Instagram. This is roasted agave, and it's an above-ground Adobe ovens, okay? And they're wood-fired ovens. They're like a big pizza oven you see on somebody's backyard. Unbelievable. I saw pictures of it. So it's all homemade. The stills were homemade, all by Lobo. And that's the way they do this. This is just old time, okay? So the agaves were planted by seed, and that's what I told you. It's a very soft agave, Tom was telling me. So he uses hand tools just to macerate it, to crush it, okay? And the Raicilla is fermented in open air with wild yeast from the micro environment, okay? Just comes in, wild yeast. They don't add any yeast, and those are in plastic barrels, okay? And that's how they did it on this guy. Double distilled in stainless steel alambiques, which, again, were made by Lobo, okay? So they then mellow. He was telling me the mezcal, this guy, it's a mezcal. They were, even though we call it Raicilla, it's a mezcal. They mellow it in glass for over 2 years. He said that's pretty much unheard of, pretty much, for this type of thing. And then, before they bottle it, they spike it with the puntas, you know, which is the first cut of the second distillation. That's the really pure, high-proof, flavorful distillate. They spike it. He said they do so many unique things with this. Lobo's got his own little touch on everything that he does here. They call Raicilla the outlaw of Mexico. You guys have probably heard that. You can look it up. There's all kinds of stories about it, how it came to be and this and that. All right, so, oh, man, this Jovan is really nice. I got to tell you, the nose is, okay, so it's really soft and minty. It's got peach It's got apricot, almost like a fruit roll-up, all right? And he said he's heard someone else say that before. It's got exotic tropical fruit. It's got a citrus orange thing going on. It's soft. So that in itself doesn't sound anything like a mezcal, right? And I don't know if all Raicillas are like this, but that's how this one is, which makes it very approachable, very drinkable, soft and easy to drink, fruity and sweet and light, okay? And that's what I'm getting from the nose. Nothing like a mezcal. There's none of that big smoke. There's none of the wood. There's none of that acetate. None of that, any of that stuff. People say rubber and stuff when you're new at it. None of that. None of that. So let's give this a taste. Oh, boy. I'm telling you, you guys really would like this. If any of you tequila guys didn't like mezcal when you tried it, try this, okay? I'm serious about that. This has got the apricot taste, peach. It's sweet. It's fruity. It's got like a pineapple thing going on. It's herbal. I mean, it couldn't get any easier to drink than that and sweeter and tastier than that. It's really, really nice. Now, he's only got about 100 bottles left of this, he was telling me. So you can go on his website, and that would be tomasmezcal.com. It's $139.99, and you got to grab them quick, but he's having a holiday special. He tells me if you put in the holiday code, you can get 10% off and free shipping. So, you know, you might want to check this out at this time. All right, so $139.99. And it's made in Jalisco, just like our beloved tequila is, guys. I tell you something, it's really soft and fruity and really, really delicious. It's nothing like mezcal to me, which is strange. And I like that part of it. It's just different. It's really different. They did a lot of great things with this, the way they rested it in glass, and they spiked it with the puntas, the way they did everything, the distillation, the fermentation. Very, very interesting stuff, okay? And the way grown from seed. You imagine that? Grown from seed. So it's not yet distributed in New York. There's you can get it online. Like I said, they only made 240 bottles, guys. And it took 3 years to make it. You know, it ships to almost all the states, the main states, all right? You'll see that on the website if you're interested. You can also buy it right in Chicago, Arizona, and California. They then make the traditional espadín. They make the Reserva, which is right here, the Reserva Mezcal. And then they also make a wild Tepezate and the Raicilla that I talked about right here. So, you know, just a little fact that you guys know. So, you know, Raicilla is just the name they give it, because that's where it's from, in this area in Jalisco. You know, it's sort of like when the locals give names to like Bacanora from Sonora and Sotal from Durango. But now this is the Raicilla from Jalisco. So that's what we call it. It's a mezcal technically, but it's Raicilla. And I really think you're gonna like this. Okay, so now we're gonna switch it up a little, and we're gonna show you about this artisanal mezcal, okay? And this is the Tomas Artisanal Mezcal Reserva. Now, again, this is 40 ABV, so we'll use the regular glass on this guy, the Chisel Trail, which I like. Had this the other night. And so this is a blend of Jovan Angustifolio, which is espadín, and it's blended with a Mezcal Añejo Tiquilana. It's a Maguey Azul. So, and it's aged in Cabernet oak barrels for over a year. So they blend that together, okay? Oh my goodness, this is unbelievable. This is $79.99 on the website. 40%. This one is crushed with a Tahona, pulled by horses, and it's wooden fermentation, okay? That's about the only difference on this. Wow, it's nice. You know, and technically this is called a Jovan Abocado con Madera, which means touched by wood. It's nice. It's a nice blend. Yeah, that's really nice. And so, yeah, it's a little easier to drink than a lot of mezcals. You can see the color here. You know, that's because of the blend with the Añejo Maguey Azul. So, you know, it's interesting the way they do it. It's smooth. It's got a nice nose. It's complex, you know. The mezcaleros on this one are Rogue, Cruz, and Don Lupe. Oh, man, this is nice. This one has smoke, but not a lot. Not a lot of smoke at all. It's sharp. It's got sweetness in it. It's got like a lemon citrus blast, herbal and spicy. This is really nice. Yeah. Wow, I like this a lot. This was really easy drinking mezcal, okay, because of the way they did it. It's got that citrus, that lemon herbalness, smoke a little bit, just a little. It's got the oak in it this time, almost like a cigar thing. Very light alcohol. And I like the spice that's in here. This is really nice to drink. This is really easy to drink. So, we have some really good products here. I really love this Raicilla, okay? So this is really what I wanted to bring to your attention tonight. I like it a lot. By Tomas. Mezcal brand, which is called Tomas Artesanal Spirits. He's got some good stuff going on here, guys. He's got the 4 of them for sale. Check it out before it runs out. And this is Lou Agave from Long Island Lou Tequila. And here we go. Raicilla.